So we will continue about talking about consecutive integer, consecutive odd number, and consecutive even number. So let's start from some examples. So the first example is say that the sum of three consecutive numbers, that means consecutive numbers, it do not say what, either odd or even. So we use what, the first consecutive integer. That means what are this number? n plus 1, n plus 2, because it do not say anything whether this consecutive number is odd number or this consecutive number is even number. So we use consecutive integer. So n plus 1 plus n plus 2, because it says that the sum of three consecutive is 33. Therefore n plus n is equals to 3n plus 1 plus 2 is equals to 3 is equals to 33. Therefore 3n is equals to 33 minus 3. This is equals to 3n is equals to 13 over 3 over 3. Therefore the value of n is equals to 10. And we know that these numbers are n plus 1, n plus 2. We already found n is 10. When 10 plus 1 is 11, 10 plus 2 is 12. So the three numbers are 10, 11, 12. When we sum up, they will give 33. And example 5, it says that the sum of three consecutive even numbers. So it says that consecutive even number. And consecutive even number always start from 2n to n plus 2 to n plus 4. This number, this and plus this 0, they must be odd, they must be even. So their sum 2n plus 2n plus 2 plus 2n plus 4 must be equals to 30. Therefore this is n. When 2n plus 2n plus 2n is equals to 6n plus 6 is equals to 13. Therefore 6n is equals to 13 minus 6. This is equals to 6n is equals to 24. When we divide by 6, n is equals to 4. But we are asked to find 2n plus 2 and 2n plus 4. Therefore 2 times of n is equals to 2 times of 4. This is equals to 8. The second one is 2n plus 2. This is equals to 2 times 4 plus 2 is equals to 10. And 2n plus 4. This is equals to 2 times of 4 plus 4. This is equals to 8 plus 4 equals to 12. Therefore these numbers are 8, 10, 12. When we sum up, they will give 30. Therefore these three numbers are 8, 10 and 12. And example 6 states that let's say the sum of three consecutive, first we work about even, let's consider it's odd number and their sum not 13, 39. Solution. We know that consecutive odd number started from 2n plus 1, 2n plus 3, 2n plus 5. Therefore their sum 2n plus 1 plus 2n plus 3 plus 2n plus 5 must be equals to 39. Therefore 2n plus 2n plus 2n is equals to what? 6n plus 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 5, 9 is equals to 39. Therefore 6n is equals to 39 minus 9. This is equals to 6n is equals to 13. When we divide by 6, n is equals to 5. But we are asked to find 2n plus 1, 2n plus 3, 2n plus 5. Therefore 2n plus 1 is equals to 2 times of 5 plus 1. This is equals to 11. And 2n plus 3 is equals to 2 times of 5 plus 3. This is equals to 13. And 2n plus 5 is equals to 2 times of 5 plus 5. This is equals to 15. So when we sum up, they will give 13. These numbers are 11, 13 and 15. And example 1 says that if the length of a rectangle length was increased by 14% and length was increased by 14% and its width was decreased by 20%. Therefore, by what percent will the area of a rectangle be changed? Solution. We already talked about this. If a number x is increased by r%, then the second x2, let's say this is x1, x2 is equals to x1 plus r over 100 of x1. This is the first formula. And if a number x2 is decreased or reduced by r%, this is x1, let's say x1, x2 is equals to x1 minus r over 100 of x1. In our case, the first example, length was increased by 40%, therefore it was this property. A number L1 was increased by what percent? This is 14%. Therefore L2 is equals to L1 plus 14 over 100 of L1 from property what? This. Therefore L2 is equals to L1 plus, this will be cancelled, it becomes 0.4 L1. When we take L1 common, when L1 divided by L1, 1 will be left. When 0.4 L1 divided by L1, 0.4 will be left. This is equal to 1.4 L1. And W2, it was says that it was decreased by 20%. So we use the second formula. Whenever it was reduced or decreased, W2 will be W1 minus the value of R is already given. What is the value of R? 20%. 20 over 100 of W1. 0 will be cancelled by 0. This is equal to W1 minus 0.2 times W1. When we take W1 common, W1 divided by 1 will be left. When this number divided by this, minus 0.2 will be left. 1 minus 0.2 equals to 0.8 W1. So we already found L2 is equals to 1.4 L1 and W2 is equals to 0.8 W1, and we know that area 1 is given by L1 times W1 and area 2 is given by L2 times W2. So inserting L2 1.4 L1 times W2 is already found, 0.8 W1. So this is equals to 1.4 times 0.8 L1 W1. Therefore this will be, this is equals to 1.12 L1 times W1. We know that L1 times W1 is equals to A1. Therefore A2 is equals to 1.12 A1. Therefore the first area of a rectangle was A1. Then it was converted into A2. This is what? AO. This is A final. And we already found A2 is equals to 1.12 times A1. From this we observe that A final is greater than AO, or 1.12 is greater than 1, because when we take coefficient of A1, 1.12. And we know that there will be a percent increase. Therefore percent increase can be calculated by AF minus AO over AO times 100%. Therefore AO is equal to 1.12 minus 1 over the value of O is 1 times 100%. This is equals to 0.12 times 100%. This is equals to 12% increase on the area. And example 2 says that a TV cost of TV was $53.50 including sale tax. If the sale tax was 7%, what is the cost of TV before sale tax was added? Solution. We know that if a number x1 is increased by r%, then x2 is equals to x1 plus r over 100 of x1. And let AO was the original cost of the TV, and we are given that the final value A final is given a dollar of 53.50, including a 7% sale tax. And we know that whenever there is an addition or an increase, we used this formula. Therefore, A final is equals to AO plus R over 100 of AO. We are already given A final. A dollar of 53.50 is equals to AO was required to find. Plus, how many percent was added sale tax? 7%. Therefore, 7 over 100 of AO. This is equals to AO plus 0.07 times AO is equals to a dollar of 53.50. This is equals to a dollar of 53.50 is equals to, when we take AO common, AO divided by AO, 1 will be left. When this number divided by AO, 0.07 will be left. This is equals to 1.07 times AO, a dollar of 53.50. When we divide by 1.07, when we divide by 1.07, AO is equals to $15. And we already assumed that let's AO be its initial value, original cost, and we are asked to find the original cost. The original cost will be $15. Example 3 says that if the price of an apple was increased from 15 to 75, therefore this is what? AO. This is A final, and we observe that A final is greater than AO. That means 75 is greater than 50. This is true. Therefore, there will be a percent increase. This percent increase have a formula of A final minus AO divided by AO times 100%. This is equals to 75 minus 15 over 15 times 100%. This is equals to 25 over 15 times 100%. Therefore, this will be cancelled. It become over 2. This is equals to 15%. And example 4 says that a basketball team have played 15 games. Therefore, total games played by the team was 15 game, and it have won. Let's W be won and let L be lost of the game it have played. What is the minimum additional game the team must win in order to finish the season? 18%. And first we are given if the team have initially the team won 16% of the game, and we are asked what is the minimum number of additional games the team must win in order to finish 18%. Required minimum additional game the team must play in order to win 18 over 100. Of means we already talked about. When we say of, it is multiplication of the total it play. The total the team have play is already given 15. Therefore, 18 over 100 times 50. This will be cancelled. This will be cancelled. And 14 games. It must win about 14 games, and he have win about 16 over 100 of the total game was 15%. Therefore, this will be cancelled by this, and this will be cancelled by this. Therefore, 13 games the team has won. In order to reach its final minimum, x plus 13, to get the final, it must win a 14 game. Therefore, the minimum additional game plus the team have already won must give the final or the desired 18% of the game. Therefore, we are asked to find this x. This x can be calculated by 14 minus 30. This is equals to 10 additional game must the team win in order to reach a 18% of the total game. So our answer is 10. And example 5 states that I lost 30% of my income due to fire. Lost 13% of my income due to fire, and then I increased my income by 25%, and we are asked to find the final income is what percent of the original income. Solution: let XO be the initial income. We already talked about that. If a number x1 was decreased or reduced or lost by r%, this is x1. x2 is equals to x1 minus r over 100 of x1. So I lost 13% of my income. What income? This xo. Therefore a final is equals to xo minus how many percent? 13 over 100 of xo. This will be cancelled and xo minus 0.3 xo. When we take xo as a common, xo divided by xo 1. When this number divided by this, minus 0.3 will be left. Therefore a final is equals to 0.7 xo. Then it states that and the income was increased by 25%, and we know that if a number x1 increased by r%, there the final x final will be x1 plus r over 100 of x1. Therefore our a final will be, our income was 0.7 xo plus how many percent? 25 over 100 of the income. After we lost 13%, 0.7 xo, 0.7 xo. Therefore this is equals to, this also can be written as 0.7 xo plus 0.7 times, this can be written as 0.25 times xo. When we take xo as a common, xo, when this number divided by this, 0.7 will be common. When this number divided by this, plus 0.7 times 0.25 will be common. Also 0.75 is common. Therefore 0.7 times xo is equals to, when this number let's write xo times 0.7. Therefore when 0.7 divided by 0.7, it becomes 1, plus when this number divided by 2, 0.25 will be lost. This is also equals to 1.25 times 0.7 times xo. This is equals to, this becomes 0.875 xo. And we know that we assume that let xo be our initial AO, and the final value after 13% reduction and after a 25% increase was 0.875 xo. This is our A final. So we have to, when we see this, AO is greater than A final because 1 is greater than 0.875. Therefore there will be a percent decrease. A percent decrease will be found by when AO minus A final over AO times 100%. AO is equals to 1 minus 0.875 over 1 times 100%. This is equals to, therefore this is equals to 0.125 times 100%. When we multiply by 100%, it becomes 12.5% reduction will be found on her income. And example 1 states that when 5 times a number, let x be the number, and we are given when 5 times a number, 5 times means multiplication times x, added means plus 9. The result is, whenever you found it is equals to 1 9. And what number result when 9 times x plus 3? We are asked to find 9 times x. Therefore solution 5x plus 9 is equals to 19 given. Therefore 5x is equal to 19 minus 9. This is equals to 5x is equals to 10 over 5 over 5. Therefore the value of x is equals to 2. But we are asked to find the value of 9x plus 3, not x. Therefore 9x plus 3 is equals to when 9 times 2 plus 3. This is equals to 18 plus 3. This is equals to 21. And example 2 says that when 5 is subtracted from 3 times a number, let y be the number. And we are given when 5 is subtracted from 3 times. 3 times means multiplication times a number, and it was subtracted from 3 times. Therefore this is equals to 3x minus 5. Therefore 5 is subtracted from what? 3x. The result whenever you found is means equals to 16. And what number result when 5 times a number added to 9? We are asked to find 5 times x. Therefore this is equals to 3x minus 5 is equals to 16. 3x is equals to 16 plus 5. Therefore 3x is equals to 21. When we divide by 3, x is equals to 7. But we are asked to find 5x plus 9, not x. Therefore 5x plus 9 is equals to 5 times the value of x is 7 plus 9. This is equals to 35 plus 9 is equals to 44. And example 4 says that the dollar spent by Mazar to buy a car is 15% less than Tsaku. Therefore solution, let Mazar x be Mazar and let y be Tsaku. And it was given that the dollar spent by Mazar x is 15% less. Therefore 15% less than Tsaku. We already talked about if a number x1 is decreased or reduced or less than, there are many words, similar words that refers to reduced, decreased or less than by r%. Therefore x final will be x1 minus r over 100 of x1. Like this, my Mazar will be, Mazar was x is, what was Tsaku? Y minus the value of r is 15%. Therefore 15 over 100 of y. This is equals to y minus 0.15 times y. When we take y as common, y divided by 1 will be left. When 0.15 y divided by minus 0.15 will be, this is equals to 0.85 times 1. The value of x is 0.5 times y. Therefore we already found x is equals to 0.85 times y, and it was given if my Mazar spent, that means Mazar is given $1 of 45000, and we are asked what is the amount of money spent by Tsaku. We are asked to find the value of y. We already found x is equals to 0.851, and we know the value of x. The value of x is $1 of 45000. This is equals to 0.85 times y. When we divide by 0.85, this will be cancelled. Therefore the value of y is equals to $1 of, therefore it becomes $1 of 52.941. Example 5 say if the sum of 3 numbers be 532, and if one number b, we are given b is 20 more than the sum of that, and we are asked to find b and the sum of the rest of the number. Solution, we are given let the first number be b, let the second number be x and let the third number be y. Therefore, and the sum of the numbers are b plus x plus y is already given. What are these? 532. And it was given if one number b is given is 20% more than the sum of the other. The sum of the other is x plus y. And we already know that if a number x1 is increased or added or anything by r%, therefore our x final is equals to x1 plus r over 100 of x1. In our case, the value of x1 is more than the sum of these two numbers. That means x plus y. Therefore, b is equals to x plus y, the value of x1 plus the value of r is 20%. It was increased 20 over 100 of what? X plus y. This is equivalent to b is equals to x plus y times, this will be cancelled, plus 0.2 times x plus y. When we take x plus y as a common, x plus y, 1 will be left because this divided by this 1 will be, when this number divided by this become 0.2 will be, this is equivalent to 1.2 times x plus y. And we are asked to find b and the sum of the rest of the first question is to find b. Whenever you are asked to find b, you have to eliminate any variable other than b. In our current, what are the variable other than b? X plus y. Therefore, we have to eliminate x plus y. Therefore, b is equals to 1.2 times x plus y divided by 1.2 divided by 1. This will be cancelled and x plus y will be b divided by 1. So inserting b over in terms of these two, we are asked to find b, so we have to eliminate this number. In order to eliminate, we have to divide and we have to find x plus y. Therefore, b plus b over 1.2 is equals to $532. This is equals to b plus 10 over 12. B is equals to $532. This is equals to b plus 5 over 6. B is equals to $532. When we take 6 as 6 divided by 1, 6 times b, 6b plus 6 divided by 6, 1 times 5b, 5b is equals to $532. This is equals to 11b over 6 is equals to $532. When we multiply by reciprocal, the value of b will be it become 219.11, the value of b. And we are also asked to find the value of x plus y. We know that x plus y is equals to b over 1.2. From what? This. We already found x plus y is equals to b over 1.2. This is equals to x plus y is equals to the value of b is $219.11 divided by 1.2. This is equals to x plus y is equals to $241.68. This is the value of x plus y, and the value of b is already found, 219.11. Okay, student, we will continue, and example 6 states that the sum of 4 number is 400. We already given if one number is x. Let x be the first number and let y be the second number and let z be the third number and let u be the fourth number. And it says that x plus y plus z plus u is equals to 800, and it was given that if one number x is means is equals to 10% less than the sum of the other. The sum of the other is x plus y plus z, and we already know that if a number x1 is reduced less by r%, then x final is equals to x1 minus r over 100 of x1. In our case, the final value is p. X is, and x1 is the sum of these two numbers, x plus y plus z. Therefore, x is equals to x plus y plus z, not x plus y plus z. Rather, it become y plus z plus u, because the sum of the other number other than x is y plus z plus u. Therefore, x1 will be y plus z plus u. The value of x is equals to y plus z plus u minus by what percent? By 10%. 10 over 100 of y plus z plus u. This is equals to, therefore this also can be written as x is equals to y plus z plus u minus 0.1. This will be cancelled. It becomes 0.1 times y plus z plus u. Therefore, when we take y plus z plus u as a common, when this number divided by this, 1 will be left. When this number divided by this, minus 0.1 will be left. This is equals to 0.9 times y plus z plus u is equals to the value of x. And we are asked to find what is the value of x. Whenever we are asked to find the value of x, we have to eliminate any number other than x. In our case, the value of a number that is other than x is y plus z plus u. So we have to eliminate this. Y plus z plus u is equals to x. When we divide by 0.9, it becomes x over 0.9. And we know that x plus y plus z plus u is equals to 800. So we have to eliminate this number to find x. And it was already given x minus 1. Therefore, x plus x over 0.9 is equals to 800. This is equals to x plus 10 over 9, x is equals to 800. When we take 9 as a common, 9 divided by 1, 9 times x, 9x plus, when 9 divided by 1 times 10x, 10x is equals to 800. 19x over 9 is equals to 800. We have to multiply by a reciprocal, 9 over 19, 9 over 19. This will be cancelled, and the value of x is equals to, therefore the value of x will be $378.95. And the example 3 is given this rectangle or square and this triangle. And the question states that the perimeter of equilateral and the square are the same, perimeter of square. And if the length of the square is 2 less than 2 times of the equilateral triangle, that means 2 times x minus 2, because 2 will be subtracted from 2 times the equilateral length, and find the area of both. We are asked to find area of both. Let S1 be the length of the square, and let x be the length of equilateral triangle. Therefore, when we draw the diagram, this is S1. We know that if one side is S1, all the side become S1, S1, S1. This is square. For equilateral triangle is a type of triangle in which angle this and their angle become 60 degree, 60 degree, 60 degree. If one side is x, all the other become x. We know that perimeter of square is found adding all the side, S1, S2, S1 plus S1 plus S1. That means S1 plus S1 plus S1 plus S1. This is equals to 4 times S1. Perimeter of the triangle is given by what? Adding x plus x plus x. This is equals to what? 3 times x. And it was given that length of the square is equals to S1. S1 is equals to 3x minus 2. 2 less than 3x minus 2. Therefore, the value of S is, and we are given another thing. If the perimeter of the equilateral and perimeter of the square are the same, that means P of the square is equals to P of the triangle. Therefore, 4 times S1 is equals to 3x. So when we divide by 4, S1 is equals to 3 over 4 times x. And we know the S is 3 over 4. So when we insert 3x over 2 in terms of S1, 3 over 4x is equals to 3x minus 2. So therefore, collecting like that, 3 over 4x minus 3x is equals to minus 2. When we take 4 as a common, 4 divided by 4, 1 times 3x. When 4 divided by 1, 4 times minus 3x, it becomes minus 12x is equals to minus 2. Therefore, minus 9x over 4 is equals to minus 2. Therefore, multiplying by reciprocal, 4 over minus 9 times 4 over minus 9. This will be cancelled, and the value of x is equals to 8 over 9, because this will be cancelled by this. And one thing I want to remind is, actually the question states that 2 times, but I work when it was 3 times. Therefore, we found the value of x is 9 over 2. So the value of x is 9 over 9. And to find the side of the square, S1 is equal to 3 over 4 times the value of x is 8 over 9. This is equal by 4, 2 by 4, 1 by 3, 3 by 3, 1. Therefore, the side of S1 is equal to 2 over 3. Therefore, for the square, 2 over 3, 2 over 3, 2 over 3, 2 over 3. For the equilateral, 8 over 9, 8 over 9, 8 over 9. And area of equilateral is given by 1 over 2 S1 x times sine theta. That means, let me tell you something. Whenever you are given a triangle and this is angle theta, and this is side 1 and side 2, area of the triangle is given by 1 over 2 S1 times S2 times sine theta. In our case, let's consider this is 16 degree. Therefore, area of equilateral is given by 1 over 2, side 1 is x times sine 60 degree. Sine 60 degree is equals to 1 over 2 x square times root 3 over 2. This is equals to root 3 over 4 x square. We already found the value of x. This is equals to root 3 over 4 times x over 9 the whole square. And we know something. When a over b raised to x is equals to a raised to x over b raised to x. Therefore, this is equals to root 3 over 4 times 8 square over 9 square. This is equals to, it becomes 0.32 centimeter square, or other this square. And the second thing we are asked is to find area of square. Area of square is given by length times width. Since the length and the width are the same, S1, it becomes S1 square. The value of S1 is already found, 2 over 3. This is equals to 2 over 3 the whole square. This is equals to 4 over 9. And example 1 states that the number of people died in Ethiopia due to AIDS was 4 times in the year 1980 up to 1990 than in the year. Therefore, let X be the year from 1918 to 1919, and let Y be the year from 1919 up to 2000. And it was given that the number of people die in Ethiopia due to AIDS was 4 times the year 90. X was 4 times Y. And if the year 1918 means X have 30 million died, how many people died? We are asked to find this. This is from 1980 up to 1990. This is from 1990 up to 2000. And we are asked to find the value of Y. The value of X is already found, 30 million. Therefore 30 is equal to 4 times of Y over 4 over 4. This is equal to Y is equal to 7.5 million people died in AIDS in a year from 1919 up to 2000. Okay, example 7 states that Tsagu spent 10 more hours studying than Nati. Therefore, let X be the hour spent by Tsagu, and let Y be the hour spent by Nati. And it was given Tsagu spent 10 more than X is 10 more than Nati. Nati means Y. If the combined study have a total of 30, that means X plus Y is given 32 hours. And how many hours did Tsagu spend? We are asked to find X. Whenever we are asked to find X, we have to eliminate any variable other than X. In our case, a variable other than X is Y, so we have to eliminate Y. Therefore X minus 10 is equals to Y. So inserting, we have to eliminate this Y. Therefore inserting X minus 10 in terms of Y. Therefore X plus X minus 10 is equals to 32. This is equals to 2X minus 10 is equals to 32. 2X is equals to 42 over 2 over 2. Therefore the value of X is equal to 21 hour. And X means Tsagu spent studying. And example 8 states that if the length of a rectangular is 5 meters longer than width, let L1 be the length of the rectangle, and let W1 be the length of, not the length, the width of the rectangle. And it was given the length of the rectangle L1 is equals to is 5 meters longer than width. Width is W1 because we assume W1 be the width of the rectangle. And we are asked to find what is the expression for perimeter in terms of length. We are asked to find perimeter in terms of length. And we know, let's draw the diagram of this rectangle. Let this is L1, this is W1. We know that perimeter can be expressed as 2 times length 1 plus W1. And we are asked to express P in terms of L1. So whenever we are asked to express P in terms of L1, we have to eliminate any value other than L1. In our case, what are the variables that is other than L1? W1. So we have to eliminate W1. Therefore L1 minus 5 is equals to W1, and P is given by 2 times L1 plus W1. Therefore in terms of W we have to insert L1 plus P is equals to 2 times L1 minus 5 plus L1. This is the first, and this is equals to W1. Therefore P is equals to 2 times L1 plus L1 is 2 L1 minus 5. So distribute these 2 to the 2. Therefore perimeter is equals to 4 times of L1 minus 10 will be P expressed in terms of L1. If you are asked to find perimeter in terms of W1, What are the variable other than W1? L1. We have to eliminate L1, and L1 is given as 5 plus W1, and perimeter is calculated as 2 times L1 plus W1. So we have to eliminate any value other than W1. What are the value other than W1? L1. So we have to eliminate L1. Perimeter is equals to 2 times of, in terms of L1 we have to insert 5 plus W1 plus W1. This is equals to, perimeter is equals to 2 times W1 plus W1 is 2W1 plus 5. When we distribute, it become P is equals to 4W1 plus 10. If the length of a rectangular is 5 meter less than 2 y of its width, so let L1 be the length of the rectangle, and let W1 be the width of the rectangle. Therefore, when we draw the diagram, this is L1, this is W1, and it was given the length of a rectangle is, means L1 is 5 meter less than 2 y of its width. That means 2 times W1 minus 5. 5 will be subtracted from 2 times of W. And what is the perimeter if the area? Area is given. Area is 115, and we are asked to find perimeter. We know area is given by length times width. Length 1 times width 1. Area 1. It was given 115 is equals to L1 is given 2W minus 5 times W1. When this W1 will be distributed, it becomes 2W1 square, this is W1, minus 5 times W1 is equals to 150. So this is equals to W1 square minus 5 times W1. When we brought this to the right, it becomes minus 115 is equals to this. This is equivalent with quadratic equation. Therefore, in order to quadratic equation, we know the formula, and the formula is given by x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. Therefore, negative of the value of b is, the value of a is 2, the value of b is minus 5, and the value of c is minus 150. The value of b is minus 5 plus or minus square root of the value of b is minus 5 the whole square minus 4 times the value of a is 2, the value of c is minus 115 over 2 times the value of a is 2. Therefore, this is equivalent to 5 plus or minus square root of 25 plus 4 times 2, 8, 8 times 115 is equals to 1200 over 4. This is equivalent to 5 plus or minus square root of 1225 divided by 4. And this is equivalent to 5 plus or minus 35 over 4. This means 5 plus 35 over 4 or 5 minus 35 over 4. This is 14 over 4 or minus 13 over 4. We know that length and width never be a negative number, so we will eliminate this, and the only possible W1 will be 10. So the first is that W1 is 2 times of minus 5. A is given 115. W1 we already found 10. So we are asked to find perimeter. We know that perimeter means 2 times length 1 plus width 1. So we have to find first length. Length 1 is equal to 2 times of W1 minus 5. This is equals to 2 times 10 minus 5. This is equals to 20 minus 5 is equals to 15. Therefore, perimeter is equals to 2 times the value of L1 is 15 plus the value of W1 is 10. Therefore, 2 times 25. This is equivalent to 15 meters.